What's up YouTube, it's MasterAquatics, bringing you guys another video. Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. I'm making another video. This one's going to be about my prawn shrimp. I've had this guy for about 7 months now, so I've had him for a while. He didn't always look like this. Right now, he is absolutely beastin'. He looks amazing, he looks beautiful, he's super sexy. And he's really big. He's in a 20-gallon tank, and his whiskers can pretty much almost reach the other side of the aquarium. They are that long, and you got a big old booty. Look at that booty on that shrimp, y'all. Sorry, I know that was a little gay, but that's okay. It's all right. It's all right to be a little gay. It's okay. It just means I'm happy. He's got big, colorful pinchers. They're blue, orange. Obviously you guys can see that. I'm pretty sure most of you guys are not colorblind. Unfortunately, he ate all of the snails that I had in there. These snails, they were actually supposed to breed, and they were supposed to be fed to my pufferfish, but I had to do a emergency transport of this guy right here into this 20-gallon tank. This was the only tank that I could put him in, because the tank that he was in, he was getting his limbs cut off by the other prawn shrimp. I had about a group of 30 to 40 of these guys when I first started out, and they didn't always look like this. They actually kind of look like ghost shrimp, which they're not supposed to be confused with ghost shrimp. This is what they look like when I first got them, and these are what ghost shrimps look like. And these ghost shrimps were actually vicious little guys, and they would eat my baby angelfish when I had them. And if you guys want to see that video, you guys can click on the card on the top right hand corner and check that out. But just to give you guys a comparison as to how big this prawn shrimp is, this is a regular shrimp that you buy from Walmart. I bought this in the frozen seafood aisle, and originally I was going to cook this up and eat it myself, but I thought, hey, I'll take one of these out, defrost it, and feed it to my prawn shrimp. And my prawn shrimp eats a lot. Now that they are the size that they are now, they eat quite a lot, and you guys will see here in a second. And this is a top view of my prawn shrimp, and his eyes look like little blueberries. They didn't always look like that. They definitely color up a lot more the bigger they get, the older they get. The reason why he's so orange as well is because I feed him a lot of krill. Usually when I don't feed them krill, they're not as orange, and they're not all the same. And when I say they're not all the same, they do have different personalities. I have 2 of these prawn shrimps, and you will see the second one later on. This prawn shrimp in particular likes to take his time during feeding time. He sees the food first, and he'll like to just wait a little bit. I'm not sure why he does that, but he's always been like that. And then eventually, after a few minutes, he'll go after the food, and he'll eat it a little bit, and he's really gentle, and he's very calm for the most part, and he takes his time with his food. And that's what's unique about this particular prawn shrimp, because when you see the other prawn shrimp, it's going to be a totally different feeding experience, which you guys will see here pretty quick. But he'll take a few bites, and he'll decide whether or not if he wants to continue, and he might chew on it for a little bit and then leave it alone. I'm starting to think that maybe he just doesn't like eating when I'm around. I think that's what it is. But usually he's not really camera shy, so I don't know what it is. But eventually I decided to leave and go to the 29-gallon tank that has the other prawn shrimp, and this guy is a little bit more aggressive during feeding time, and he's always been like this. Matter of fact, he was so aggressive I had to remove the other prawn shrimps from his tank because he was killing them all, and he was eating them and taking off their limbs. Out of the 2 prawn shrimp, I would say that this one is the serial killer version, and the other one is the nicer version. Like I mentioned earlier, this prawn shrimp was in a group of about 20 of other prawn shrimp when he was younger, and he just managed to destroy them all except for the other one. The other one was a little bit bigger than this one, and I managed to save him and throw him in the 20-gallon tank, because even though the other one's a little bit bigger than this one, he was still able to almost kill the other one. And he pretty much made him a nub. Like, he took off all of his limbs, and I thought the other prawn shrimp was gonna die, but when he molted, he ended up getting all his limbs back. But I mean, look at this prawn shrimp right here. Do you see how crazy this prawn shrimp is? This is why I said that they are different. They have different personalities, because this one, he's like a dog with a chew toy. He's just going all over the place, just getting all crazy and just destroying that shrimp. And you would think, you know, that shrimp is too big for this guy. No, it's not. Overnight, he's gonna eat that whole thing. It's like a big old turkey leg. I'm not sure if you guys ever been to Six Flags and you guys have bought those chicken legs. I don't know if they're turkey or chicken, but they're like really big, and I think they're like $5, and that's what that shrimp reminds me of while he's eating it. But shrimp is their favorite food. Some people will say, you know, feed them some vegetable stuff too, but I just feed them straight meat. I feel like this is what's caused them to get so big, and they're only going to get bigger. The store that I bought these guys from told me that they are going to be they can grow up to 10 to 12 inches, I believe. So these guys can get pretty big. Obviously, you know, in the rivers in India where they're from, where they're native, they do get a whole lot bigger than that. They get to the size of lobsters. I also decided to feed my pufferfish, because my pufferfish, they also love to eat too. Now, you guys probably remember I used to have 4, I now have 3, and these guys, they're doing great, they're doing wonderful. They are always hungry, they're always ready to eat. I don't feed these guys live food ever, because that's how the 4th one died. I had some minnows one day, and I tried to feed the live minnows to the 4th pufferfish, and he ended up getting sick and he died. So now I only feed my pufferfish frozen foods, or I'll feed them live fiddler crabs, but I won't feed them live fish. The reason why I feed them fiddler crabs is because they gotta break down their teeth plates. You can also feed them snails too, which I do that as well. I actually have a video of them eating fiddler crabs. Here's a short clip of that. You guys can check out that video by clicking on the top right hand corner. It's a really cool video. You guys should definitely watch it, or maybe you can watch this video first and then come back and watch that one. I'll have it on my end screen as well. And I love these puffers. They are in pretty much full salt water. The salinity level is about 1.021, so I can also add other saltwater fish in there if I wanted to. I also wanted to do a quick update on my goldfish, because you guys haven't seen these goldfish in a while. These are the only goldfish that I'll probably ever keep for a while. I do love goldfish. I used to not be a big fan of goldfish until I saw these two, and I just fell in love with these two right away. Now, one thing that I want to mention about these goldfish is that the one that you're looking at right now didn't used to be as gold as it is now. It actually used to be a lot more white and black. It seems like the older that one's getting, it's going to get more gold in it, which I'm a little disappointed in, because when I first got it, it used to look like this one that you're looking at now. It used to just be white and black with a small hint of gold. But I should have known that the older that this goldfish is gonna get, it's gonna get a little bit more gold. But they are pretty healthy. I've had them for months now, and they're just getting big. They're in a small 20-gallon tank, and I gotta say, this tank hardly asks for any maintenance at all. I hardly do any water changes on that. And this is the 20-gallon tank again with the prawn shrimp. This is the first prawn shrimp that I showed you guys, and it looks like he's already eaten most of that shrimp. So he did eventually go back to the shrimp, and he started eating it again. which is what he'll do. He'll take a few bites, leave the shrimp alone, and then he'll chill for a little bit, wait for me to leave, and then he'll go back to his food and he'll just eat it. And when he gets full, he'll just hold on to the food, which is pretty normal for prawn shrimp. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next one.